So this is going to be a recitation, public recitation of Boethius, the Consolation of Philosophy. One of the reasons that I did this was in response to the kind of confusion and chaos and kind of wondering what's going on, and just lostness in a sense of people of this suite in particular. And just, I wanted to recite this, just something that I found really helpful in my own confusion, especially after this past election. So, Boethius, the Consolation of Philosophy, where Boethius asks Lady Philosophy a couple questions, and she answers and basically says, don't worry, God is in control. And I also end with a quote from the end of the book that addresses hope and prayer, and that hope is not in vain and prayer is not in vain, if it is the correct hope and it is prayer sent in humility to God. So, Boethius, the Consolation of Philosophy. Why this is turned upside down, why good men are oppressed by punishments reserved for crime, and bad men snatch the rewards that belong to virtue, surprises me very much, and I would like to know from you the reason for this very unjust confusion. I would be less surprised if I could believe that this confusion of things is due to the fortuitous operations of chance. But my wonder is only increased by the knowledge that the supreme ruler of the universe is God. Sometimes he is pleasant to the good and unpleasant to the bad, and other times he grants the bad their wishes and denies the good. But since he varies between these two alternatives, what grounds are there to distinguish between God and the haphazards of chance? It is not surprising, she said, if ignorance of the principle of its order makes people think a thing is unplanned and chaotic. But even if you don't know the reason behind the great plan of the universe, there is no need for you to doubt that there is a good power that rules the world, and that everything happens for right. If you knew not the stars of Actors sail near the highest pole of heaven, or why the Wagner is late to take his wing, and late to dip his flames into the sea, although his rising comes again with haste, the law observed in heaven would lead you dazed. And let the full moon's gleaming horns grow pale as night extends his bounds across her disk. Let Phoebe dimmed the confused stars reveal, which just before her shining light had masked. Whole nations by common air moved, rain in frequent blows upon pots and pans of brass. Yet no one wonders when the northwest wind sweeps in the roaring waves to beat the shore, when the frozen mass of hard-packed snow dissolves before the sun's estival heat. The causes in this case are clear to view. But hidden cause confounds the human heart, perplexed by things that rarely come to pass. Perplexed by things that rarely come to pass. for unexpected things that people dread. Then let the clouds of ignorance give way, and these events will no more wondrous seem. Hope placed in God is not in vain, and prayer is not made in vain. Lift up your mind to the right kind of hope, and put forth humble prayers on high. A great necessity is laid upon you, if you will be honest with yourself. A great necessity to be good, since you live in the eyes of a judge who sees all things.